the only driver here from Israel in kart 235. Manuel Galofre, well, Manuel, an excellent performance in the second heat. And then him and Jensen Butterfield had that collision. Well, it wasn't a collision, it was a case of Butterfield losing it and just Galofre being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Galofre in kart 228, he starts in 9th place. Then it's Oliver Clark for the M Sport team. Kart 251 rounding out the top 10. Valentin Aguillon from France in kart 253 starts 11th. And Antoine Perceval, he's also French. He starts on the outside of row number 6. Belen Garcia, the only young lady we have racing with us this weekend, she starts 13th ahead of João Ferreira. And then the only Welshman racing this weekend, Tom Croydon in kart 227. And Simão Ventura from Portugal on the outside of row number 8. Mathieu Luton and Vincent Marcelo are on row number 9. Row 10, Sam White, who I may have unfortunately called Shane White earlier. So Samuel White. And then Marius Solly Paulson round out the top 20 with Jack Deakin on the Mad Croc for Croc Promotions. The back. Now, there's a problem for somebody. One driver, one of the MLC Motorsport drivers, was slow off the dummy grid, and they're waiting down at turn number 10. And that's Brett Ward. So Brett Ward, I know his nan's listening. Maureen, it's okay. Brett is out there and he's just waiting for everybody to catch up. And now they do, and Brett will slot into his place on the inside of the 3rd row. That's Brown Nutley, Jordan Brown Nutley, and Dean McDonald come into turn number 13. Butterfield, Van Splunteren, then Ward and Bouvier. Into the tram lines. Lights are out, we're off and racing. Oh, McDonald doesn't get away again cleanly. Van Splunteren gets away like a scalded cat. He may have been out of karting for 7 seasons, but it hasn't affected his reaction times. And he threads his way between the 2 front row drivers to take the lead in kart number 273. Joey Van Splunteren, the Dutchman, the oldest driver here, 25 years old. And he takes the lead, but he's under pressure already from Jordan Brown Nutley. So the Gillard, the venerable Gillard chassis brand, there's only 2 of them here in this class. Tim Gillard's British-built creation, still showing that it has what it takes. They go down the back straight. Van Splunteren already beginning to defend. Brown Nutley looking for a way past as they come into turn number 13. Number 2 on the line cart, McDonald is there in 3rd. Well, that's a first clean racing lap Dean McDonald has had. And Jordan Brown Nutley getting his elbows out. He passes Joey Van Splunteren for the lead there, and Van Splunteren has to run a bit wide, and that allows Dean McDonald through. So McDonald having to pick his moment cleanly. They go through turn number 4, now into turn 5. Brown Nutley leads McDonald, Van Splunteren. Then it is Jan Bouvier in 4th place. Butterfield runs down in 5th in the first of the... And there is the move from McDonald for the lead on Jordan Brown Nutley going into turn number 9. So Dean McDonald in kart 249. A driver from Dumfries in Scotland. He has top spot, and he's going to want to hang on to it, and he's not going to want to let Jordan Brown Nutley get back in front of him now that he's done the hard work. But he hasn't got a choice because Brown Nutley's gone through. Under braking for turn number 13. Brown Nutley takes the lead. Van Splunteren grabs second. McDonald was thinking about it, but then Van Splunteren defended. Behind him, Jan Bouvier runs a bit wide, so Jan Bouvier in kart number 230. He drops a place back behind number 255 Jensen Butterfield. So McDonald's teammate Butterfield is there as McDonald looks for a way around Van Splunteren through the tight turn 5 section. There is Jan Bouvier scrabbling back in line behind Ido Cohen in cart number 235. Now McDonald fights back. Oh, does he though? Oh, he had a little look at the inside of Van Splunteren, but Van Splunteren was having none of it. And this is allowing Jordan Brown-Nutley to pull away. So far, Brown-Nutley is undefeated this weekend. They go into turn number 12. Flat out, now 13. There's the battle of a second. Van Splunteren in 2.73 leads McDonald. McDonald now gets to the inside, going into turn number 1. This time McDonald does make the move. Butterfield tries to go through as well. Well, when Joey Van Splunteren was winning European titles back in 2010, Jensen Butterfield was not even a cadet. And now Butterfield is showing just how sharp his elbows can be. And look at who's coming up behind them. It's number 251, Oliver Clark. Again, a fast-starting Oliver Clark. From 10th on the grid, Clark on lap number 4 into 4th position. And Clark was quick in qualifying yesterday. He just got stuck in the wrong group because the second qualifying group yesterday were a lot slower than the first. Now Mark Kimber, he is behind Van Splunteren now. So Clark 4th, Van Splunteren 5th. Then it is Kimber in 6th position. And behind the number 248 cart of Mark Kimber is Ido Cohen in cart 235 as Clark trying to hold off Van Splunteren, then Kimber, then Cohen. Behind Cohen, a little bit of a gap back to Jan Bouvier, who's had a tough couple of laps. Then it's Brett Ward. Race leader Jordan Brown-Nutley is being caught by Dean McDonald. Last time around, the gap came down to 7/10 of a second as McDonald tried to catch Brown-Nutley through sector number 1, and McDonald is another 10th quicker. Butterfield in 3rd. Van Splunteren in that scrap as well. Van Splunteren though has dropped back to 6th place now because Mark Kimber has moved into 5th position. Van Splunteren back to 6th, then it's Cohen 7th, Ward 8th, Vincent Aguillon is 9th, Jan Bouvier has slipped to 10th, then the number 220 cart of Belen Garcia. In fact, Garcia drops back to 11th place, and another fastest lap from Dean McDonald, and like that, 7/10 of a second, down to nothing. On lap number 6 out of 10, Dean McDonald catches Jordan Brown-Nutley. At the moment, Brown-Nutley looking good for pole position in the final, in the pre-final rather. McDonald just wanted to try and get ahead to improve his position in what will almost certainly be the second chance heat. Out of turn number 11, onto the back straight. Dean McDonald in Brown-Nutley's slipstream. Will he make a move under braking for turn number 13? Yes, is the answer. He was looking like he had the pace. Now, can he hold off Brown-Nutley going through turn number 1? Well, he does so far. The gap between first and last is less than 10 seconds. And Antoine Perceval in cart number 216 has retired. So he becomes the first driver out of the race. We're down to 20 runners. Down towards turn number 9. Go the leaders through turn 10. Now, hard on the power. Out of turn number 11. McDonald, Brown-Nutley, then a gap back to Jensen Butterfield. The third strawberry racing cart rather in the top 4 is Mark Kimber in 4th place. Then it's Oliver Clark in 5th. But all eyes on the lead battle. We flash across in front of my commentary position into turn number 1. Brown-Nutley looking very comfortable. He looks like he could make a move on McDonald if he wanted to. And not into turn 3 this time. We're on lap number 8. There's Oliver Clark chasing Mark Kimber. And he's got Joey Van Splunteren behind him. But McDonald is just about doing enough to hold off Jordan Brown-Nutley as things stand. The leaders go through turn number 9 into turn number 10. This is lap 8 out of 10. Joey Van Splinteren trying to hang on to Oliver Clark. There's a gap then developing back to Ido Cohen. Following the rest of the pack through turn number 9 there. Still McDonald leads. It's McDonald, Brown Nutley, Butterfield, Kimber. Then Clark 5th, Van Splinteren 6th, Cohen 7th, Ward 8th, Bouvier 9th, Garcia 10th. Then Manuel Galofre only 11th this time. Fellow Alonso kart driver Valentin Aguillon is 12th, followed by number 226 Simao Ventura, then Vincent Marcero, followed by João Ferreira, Tom Croydon, Sam White, Jack Deakin, Marius Paulson and Matthew Luton. There's Brett Ward holding off Ido Cohen. In fact, Ward's probably made the move in that MLC Motorsport number 202, and he's got past Cohen. The leaders go down the back straight on lap number 9 out of 10. And still McDonald is clear enough from Brown Nutley so he doesn't have to defend, although Brown Nutley is good on the brakes coming into turn number 13. Now, last lap begins, and McDonald has to defend into turn number 1. So Brown Nutley will try and get a better run out of the corner through turn 2, and that may help him dive up the inside into turn number 3. Can he make the move? No, he can't. The next opportunity is going to be into turn number 5, but not if McDonald covers the inside line, which he's doing. Through turn 4, now into turn number 5. McDonald is okay now through turns 6, 7, 8 now. He's going to come under pressure coming to the next corner though. He defines the inside line. Brown Nutley will try the crossover move coming out of turn number 10. McDonald will have to hug the inside. Watch out for Butterfield, Kimber, Clark and Van Splinteren closing in. Well, Butterfield and Kimber are there, but McDonald still has the lead. One corner to go. Brown Nutley will try the crisscross out of the final chicane. Can he do it? I think he might be able to. It's a drag race to the line, but McDonald holds on by 9 thousandths of a second. Brown Nutley almost timed that to absolute perfection. You could see him setting him up for that move, and it's made all the harder because of the nose cone, the drop nose cones. He couldn't so much as brush the rear bumper of McDonald's kart, but McDonald managed to hold on. If the start-finish line had been another 30 centimetres down the track, the race result would have been different. But as things stand, Dean McDonald has taken the win by 9 thousandths of a second over Jordan Brown Nutley. Jensen Butterfield and Mark Kimber come home 3rd and 4th, and Oliver Clark rounds out an all-British top 5 for M Sport in 5th place. Then it's Joey Van Splinteren in 6th, Brett Ward finishes in 7th, followed by Ido Cohen in 8th. Then it's Jan Bouvier, and the top finishing Spanish driver in that race was the young lady from Spain, Belen Garcia, in kart 220, the 17-year-old